Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new ukulele tutorial. Actually, this is part 2 of an old one. Way back in April I did Ralph McTell's Streets of London, and I got a request to do a part 2 of it. I never did do a part 2 as I promised, and in this part 2 here I'm going to show you the chorus of that song. I had concentrated on the verse for the first one, and I also concentrated on the picking pattern. Well, today I'd like to concentrate on the chorus, which is incredibly easy, but I'd like to sneak in a mini lesson in talking about this chorus, about diatonic harmony, and about how to play the chords of a key and what that means. So let's get right into the song first. The chorus is 8 bars long, and it's a C chord, a G chord, an A minor chord, followed by an E minor chord, and then the last 4 bars are F, then you got C, you got G, and finally C. So again, that was C, G, A minor, E minor, F, back to C, and then G, and again back to C. Alright, so let's do that with picking. If you remember, I had a picking pattern that went something like this. We did our G string. I have a low G, but just if you have a high G instead of a low G, just pretend that I too have a high G. So G, E, your E string, your C and your A, so that's like every other. That's what I call the every other pattern. You do your G and your E again. So just to recap, that was G, E, C, A, G, E. Then your C string, just your C string all by itself on beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that sort of emulates Ralph McTell's fingerstyle guitar part on Streets of London. That is a good all-purpose folk finger-picking pattern, not just for this song, but for many, many, many songs that you might do that are in that folk genre. This was like 1969, so it was kind of in the folk rock era, and back then you had Neil Young, and you had Joni Mitchell, and you had all kinds of great people, Bob Dylan, of course, Joan Baez, on and on. People doing folk finger-style guitar. It was a thing in '69, and so you've got a pattern that'll take you not just through this song, but through many songs. So it's an important one. I'll go over it because it's important. I'll go over it again. G, E, C, A, G, E, C. G, E, C, A, G, E, C. Some of you might not think of your strings as names. You might not think of the pitch that the string is tuned to, G, C, E, A. You might think of the strings as numbers. And so that would be like 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. For those of you that think more in numbers than you do in letters. Alright, one last time. C, G, E minor, E minor, F, C, G, C. That is an awful lot like the verse. It just ends differently than the verse ends. It's a little simpler than the verse. It doesn't have the D7 chord that the verse had. Alright, let's do a quick discussion of diatonic harmony. Sounds like something really fancy and all that. All it means is to play chords that belong to a particular key, that were built from a single scale, in this case the C major scale. Ralph McTell did this song in the key of E, but we're doing it in C just because it's more uke-friendly. So what are the chords in the key of C? Well, you got a C chord. That's chord number 1. You got a D minor chord. That's chord number 2. We don't really use that in this song. You have an E minor chord. We certainly do use that. That's chord number 3. You got an F chord. We do use that. It's chord number 4. You've got a G chord. It's chord number 5. That's all over this song. You got A minor, the 6th chord. Use that a lot in this song. Got B diminished, doesn't show up in this song. For those of you at home that are keeping score and don't know a B diminished chord, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. Need 4 fingers to play it. Good old ragtime kind of sound to that diminished chord. And chord number 8 is the same as chord number 1. It's C. So let's go over those again. C is 1. D minor is 2. E minor is 3. F is 4. G is 5. A minor is 6. B diminished is 7. And C is 1. Ask any one of my ukulele students and they'll tell you that I emphasize these very heavy. I expect every one of my students to learn the diatonic chords, the 7 diatonic chords in the key of C. And it's a nice habit to get into, to practice them up and back. So you're doing them forwards and backwards in time. So maybe like set yourself up with quarter notes, 1 for every tap of the foot. Great way to really memorize them and master them. You could finger pick them with the Ralph McTell pattern. Could do them backwards and finger pick them. A lot of different ways you can set up exercises to master things. You can invent your own exercises. In this case, I'm giving you a head start. I'm giving you like the beginning of what would be a more extensive chord workout. You might want to sit there for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 15 minutes, and really, really work hard on your chords in the key of C. So why do you need to know these? Why am I even bothering in the middle of a song tutorial showing you this? Because these are some of the most common chords you would ever play on the ukulele. These are in so many songs that you're probably actively playing now and hope to learn in the future. These are your 7 most important chords. And also the key of C is a very common ukulele key. It's also a common key in all music. And it helps you understand the theory a little bit. It actually helps you look under the hood and see how songwriters choose the chords that they choose to write with. In this case, Ralph McTell stuck really close to the chords just in one key. Although he did throw in one chord outside of the key, but we'll talk about that later. That's something called secondary dominance, and that's a music theory topic above and beyond what I'd like to do today with you. Alright, so again, let's review our Ralph McTell chorus before we move on and close out this video. So you've got C, G, A minor, E minor, got F, very familiar chord progression. It's in this song, but I bet you can find some other songs too. I think I remember some Jethro Tull song that has very similar chords in it. So doing that with finger picking, let's do it together so we can get a little practice in and jam a little bit together on this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A minor, E minor, F, C, G, C. Let's do it again. C, G, A minor, E minor, got F, C, and G, end on C. There you have it, ukulele people, a great British folk song from the end of the 60s, Streets of London by Ralph McTell. Hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell to be notified of new videos. Visit my Patreon page where I will provide a link to the song sheet of this song where you can download it for free and get yourself the words and the chords and have a ball with this song. Alright, ukulele people, you take care. Bye-bye.